we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no.
Hey guys, a long time no see. If I tell you that a lot has been going on, I mean it. A lot has been going on. If you see me for the first time this year, hi, my name is Tino, your favorite African with our borders, currently in Zimbabwe, and I'm very happy to be gracing your screens. I'm just trying to do my edges because today is a payday, baba. So I'm gonna take you guys along. I just got a live because the money came in 2 days ago, and today is the day where I go to collect it. It's also most probably the only time that I'm getting out of the house. It's been quite a rough couple of days. It's because when the year starts, you have certain goals that you set up. I had my first and second quarter goals set up, and I'm really ready to kick that in. I had my monthly goals set up, and I actually even hit my financial goal for the month in my first week of January, and I was pretty much excited about it. One of my main goals was to make finance videos on the YouTube channel because I really want to put out amazing content out there, content that is very useful for you guys. I just don't want to come here and I'm just brushing my hair like this. At the end of the day, you've watched me, yes, you've enjoyed, but like, what have you learned from it? Nothing really. So I put out a video on businesses that you can try in Africa that will make you millions in Africa in the next coming years. That video didn't do so well, and I was shocked because when I did research for that video, I knew it was supposed to blow up. Then I realized maybe it was my thumbnail, or it's just because I struggled with setting up the camera in that place because I have a limited number of lights. One of my lights adapters, we are using it for the Wi-Fi router, and I just didn't want to go and plug the Wi-Fi router and then come back get the light. So the lighting was just poor. I'm gonna work that out in my other video. So that kind of demotivated me a bit. That's why I haven't come out on your screen for over 10 days. I was just trying to recover from the slump that I put myself in. Right now, I'm getting ready to go to town or maybe the shops or wherever to get to the bank. I also need to get to the pharmacy because I have not been feeling so well, you guys. I'm just having severe headaches, bad allergies, and it's so bad. It's so bad that I definitely need some attention. But first, one of my main goals this year is to save as much money as I can. So I'm not going to go out there and have breakfast. I'm just going to get something to eat right here in the house. And then we head out. Vitlix, milk, and sugar. Another thing that makes me quite hesitant to film is I don't do a lot of things, you guys. I'm just in the house, working from the house. But like a few days back, I went out and worked from the restaurant. I had breakfast and I absolutely loved it. Spur has nice breakfast, you guys, on special. So if you guys can go check it out. I had mine by the Spur branch by Highland Park, and I absolutely love it. It has also been nice to just get out of the house, get a little air. I did film an Instagram reel about it, hoping to get over to TikTok and post my TikToks there, but I absolutely loved it. One of the many other things that had made me feel so demotivated is I got a job with a brand. These guys reached out to me when I was actually looking into reaching out to them. So they reached out to me first and they asked about my content creation service. Maybe I do a promo video for them and then I get my money's okay. Came, asked for my charge, I gave them my charge. They went away for a couple of months and then they came back just recently wanting me to do social media management services instead. Now, if you guys didn't know, I do social media management services. I mean, I've been doing that for years. It's my area of specialty and you can't tell me nothing about social media. I do it with a passion. So I gave these guys my rates. First of all, where it started going wrong, I gave them an old flyer for the rates. I don't know what happened, but I guess things when they're just not meant to be, they're just not meant to be. That's not a lot of sugar, that's just a little bit. So I gave them the wrong rate card. My rates have since gone up, but like I didn't really notice that it's an old rate card for my social media marketing services. So I sent it to them, but for me being that good person that I am, I didn't want to disappoint. It's a brand that I wanted to work with. I see a vision, like I have a bright vision with this brand because I just felt like this is a good initiative that they're doing. But let me say the marketing is a bit slow, so people are not really convinced that this businesses work so well. And I really had a bright vision. I had all these ideas running, like the creativity juice is running in. But then after all this, I've learned that one of the things that stop us from going forward as businesses is our mentality. Anyway, let me put this away and I'll quickly get back to you. By the way, guys, there's this thing that I've been absolutely enjoying. I've been making drinks with mawuyu powder. I've been putting mawuyu powder in my porridge. If I make maize milk porridge, I've been making a juice with mawuyu powder, water, and milk, especially the everyday milk and the Nestle milk. It has been hitting so hard. Those of you guys who don't know mawuyu is a superfruit. I don't know which video is gonna come first, but I have a video with a lady who processes mawuyu, that's baobab, and it is a superfruit. It has much more vitamins than an average orange, your average grape, etc. So I've absolutely been loving it. I am slowly gravitating towards some natural foods and I've been loving it. I didn't know that adulting comes with a responsibility about taking your own health and everything, and I've been absolutely enjoying it. I have my Vitabex bowl ready. That's what I'm gonna have for today. I don't really like much food, but I had to put something in the stomach. So now let me continue. What happened with these guys is I gave them a wrong rate card and then I decided to go on with the deal. More like you dig your own grave, you have to gain that type of thing. And I'm really excited about working with them. I did their content calendar, everything went on well, they approved and everything. Fun fact is I have an assistant whom I work with who's all the way in Kenya. And guys, and the thing is, before I start a job, I got paid. I also paid them because I know that's how we've just been working over the years. So I pay her to start working on the job. So we've been doing these meetings, these late night meetings. Let me tell you one thing about me. If I have something that I need to deliver, I love producing results. So it's been hella back and forth trying to make the content calendar late nights and everything. I finally make the content calendar. I send these guys for approval. These guys approved. Okay, tell me if I'm wrong. These guys approved. So the problem comes when the communication between my client and I starts becoming so slow, and sometimes you send out a message, you're sitting on the desk in the morning, on your work desk in the morning, and it's like 8 a.m. You are pumped up for the day, you're getting ready to work, you're asking these questions, guys, can I do this by this time? And you don't get a response. You get a response 2 hours later. That time you're just waiting for a response. You try to make yourself get busy because you also can't concentrate on another task because now your mind is glued. My task for the day is working on this brand because that's how I tackle my task. I don't like to do a lot of things in one day. If I put aside a day for this brand, I'm gonna work that brand throughout the day, and that's just how life has been like. So it happens that these guys were slow to respond, and I communicated that with them, that no, you guys, your responses are so slow and I'm not able to catch up. Another time we also had a meeting, but then the time differences made us not really have a perfect time to meet, so we ended up just communicating on the phone, and the responses were so late, like super late. Like sometimes they'd come the next day, and it was just horrible to work around in that situation. So I tried to communicate to them, they promised to fix it, and now my only and I didn't mind because usually when you're working with clients it comes back and forth. My only problem comes when I start saying, okay, now you guys have seen the content calendar, you guys approved, you guys made rectifications, can I start working now? I need to come to your office and I need to film some kind of content, and then there's also always back and forth about what you really want to do at the office. That really pisses me off because I'm a content creator, I'm the content creator, you have the content calendar, and then when I ask you, can I have A, B, and C, you say, oh, okay, I ask in 2 days time, you guys don't respond until the last day, until 2 days later. And then when you ask me, when do you need some headshots of A, B, and C, I tell them I need them today because I'm working on your brand today. This guy told me, oh, today is not okay, but maybe tomorrow. I'm like, okay, cool. Can I at least have the things that I need that I can work on for now whilst I wait for the headshots? Okay, so that was one. The second thing is I then said, oh, I need to create a reel about A, B, and C, so I need a story. He says, no, create a reel for me. I'm like, you ask for something that is personal to you. I don't know your personal story to starting this brand, so can I at least have a story that comes from you? I guess he didn't like it. And then he says, I already have a story on my channel, but then the way it was said, it was like, you're not even looking, but I think you're not even looking at my socials. I already have this story on my socials, but I just felt like you've done it your way. It didn't work for me. Give me a story, I'll edit it, I'll put it in, I'll transcribe it into a way that an audience can understand. I mean, I've done that for over 4 years. I know how it's done, okay? And I felt like they were a bit rude. And then also when I was asking to go to the office to film some stuff, to film some reels, it then says, oh, I already have the footage. Tell me, a video filmed by someone who's just filming a video and a video filmed by a content creator are two different videos. There's a lot that goes into content creation that brands don't understand. And when you decide to hire a social media manager, guys, let me tell you, please let us do our work comfortably. Pay me for what I'm gonna do. You're not going to try and control my creativity because you had your own creativity and you failed to manage your social. So when you bring me on the team, give me an idea, leave the creativity to me. I mean, give me things that you want, your deliverables. I promise you I'll deliver. So I think that's the problem that I had, because you're trying to control me. You don't really have to come to the office. We can organize one thing for sure. I'm like, and in my head I'm thinking, now is this thing even legit? Because I'm trying to create content for a brand, but then I'm not given all the details. And they're even signing into the socials. I felt like he was a bit too controlling, because now I needed some login details. I asked for login details for over 5 days, guys. I need to work on your socials. 5 days. Now the time is ticking. I only have 1 month of a trial period. The time is ticking. I have it's been 10 days after we started working and nothing has been done so far. So I asked for login details. It's so hard to come, and then there's a lot of security things that you need to. I understand that logging in was tough on my side, so I logged in on my laptop, I logged in on my phone. Logging into the second was also so hard because it didn't seem so comfortable, me logging into my second. And then I do have an assistant who helps me with my work. So whenever we work, we log into one laptop. That's where we study the analytics on a bigger screen, and sometimes we even share the screen, you know, things like that, and we go through it together. She has a login on her side, I have a login on my side, and we have to work things through. So I'm like, I'm gonna have another, I give him a heads up, I'm gonna have another login from another location because she's all the way in Kenya, so you need to actually give someone a heads up. And the thing that he also had to approve, I didn't want him to get the shock of his life and stuff. So he then says, why do you need a third login? So now I try to, I was like, you know what, that's okay, let me sit down and think things through if I'm gonna be able to work on it. So I then look at it this way, and then it's like, you don't need, I even try to tell him, you know what, I do the work, she does part of the work, and then the laptop is for when we're doing the analytics and then he says you don't need an assistant to help you with that, because I don't think there'll be much traffic coming in. Talk about you having a negative mindset towards your own business, that once you order a social media manager, there won't be much activity anyway. That needs another person to help with. Tell you what, I've done my job and I've made results, and when I do a job, traffic comes in. I mean, those of you guys who've worked with me know I was like, oh, maybe he's not comfortable, and then says, yeah, you don't need a social media manager. So I'm usually very polite with people I work with. I think sometimes I'm overly too nice. I then set myself down and I realized, no, when the moment someone starts controlling how you're going to work and asking you questions about why you need an assistant, now you're crossing the boundaries. You're only paying me for social media services, and it doesn't matter how I get the social media services done. All you want is to see results. So now when you start controlling how I do my work, it's already no for me, but I'm already too nice. So I call and explain to him that, you know what, I need an assistant for A, B, and C, and if I don't get an assistant, it doesn't make financial sense for me, because remember, it's already not making any financial sense because I charged a little bit, which is not his fault, and I understand it. But like now for you to then start controlling who I work with, now that's the problem. So I tried to explain it to him, and then he says it's okay. But like, you could see that the it's okay is so brushed off. I'm so polite to say, oh, thank you for understanding, because I need to get the job. I'm dealing with the customer and I need to get the job done, because I'm only here for you guys. So it's only when I started working that's when he threw me that thing that you don't even need to come and film content anyway. There's already content. What exactly are you looking for? And I felt like that was rude, because you can't hire me and then you ask me what exactly are you looking for. Really, guys? So I was so pissed. I was like, you know what, this is my end point, but I didn't want to overreact. So I talked to someone very close to me, and they asked for advice, and then they made me actually realize that sometimes when you're working, we get abused, but because we content creation is something that is so new to many people don't really know this is abuse. This is where the boundaries lie, and sometimes you have to actually just set your boundaries and say, you know what, you've crossed the boundaries. I'm not gonna let you talk to me like that, or I'm not gonna let you conduct business like that. Business is business. And also, that person who's close to me had also said, in the first place, the fact that they couldn't send the money to you to keep a money record is something that's off the ground, because when you're doing business, try to keep a record of it, etc. And yeah, it was just something else. I'd send them a contract, they'd not signed it, and I never did a follow back, and it was just off, man. And I also talked to that assistant of mine, and then she says, you know what, this is not working. Problem is, we don't do refunds out here, because if you breach how we're going to work, we don't do refunds. But then, for the sake of my sanity, and he had already, I just felt like it, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I just felt like they started asking for a lot more services for the money that I had charged them. And when I asked them for additional services, if I could add more money if I could send them a new invoice, they didn't seem like they're interested, meaning they're not willing to spend that money on additional services. So they were like, you know what, let's just stick to what you're saying, let's just get over it, let's see if you're able to deliver, which is okay. But like, I just didn't want them to, yeah, bad for business. I know I'm a bad for business. I'm currently running a loss because as we speak, I'm meeting up with the accountant later to just refund them the whole money. And when I thought, back to the story, when I thought I'd reached my financial goals for the month of January in the first week, I did reach them, but right now I haven't reached them because I'm going back a step behind. I'm definitely not going to reach it because today I'm also looking forward to getting a payment. But it's just been taking a huge toll on me, and I've not been loving how I've been feeling the past 3 days because I really spent my energy into planning them. I even gave them a content calendar. Like I was saying, it takes a lot out of me to say, oh, I've worked on these guys and I'm not gonna take a cut. Even working for almost 2 weeks, like those weeks have gone to waste, all those late nights have gone to waste, and for me to say I'm not gonna take a cut takes a whole lot out of me because that's how I earn a living, number one. But besides that, I don't know, man, it's I've put my heart into it. It has to be compensated, but like for the sake of my mental health and for the sake of mental health mostly, because I remember the day I told them, you know what, so I made a decision hours earlier, but I went to bed over it because I wanted to make sure that I'm making the right decisions. I still couldn't sleep, okay, until the next morning, or the time I decided to tell them later that night around 11 p.m. because in the different time zones I knew it was during the day. So when I tell him, I felt this sort of relief. I went to bed. Let me tell you, I woke up a better person the next morning. So I feel like mental health is quite important during this kind of situations, and I've just been under a slump, but I'm just hoping that after today, after I see the money, the fruits of my labor, I'm gonna feel a whole lot better. But yes, you guys, I guess that's it. I guess this video is not too long because if it's too long, I'm gonna split it into two. But if it's not long, let's go and get the payout. I also need to get to the pharmacy. Let me just quickly eat this and then we head out. Hello. Guys, so I'm in the pharmacy. Hey guys, I just left the pharmacy and I did get my meds. Right now I need to get to the bank and get some money. I ended up just changing my top because I'm trying so hard to put a little effort in my dressing lately. I'm done wearing some t-shirts and everything. I don't have much clothes in my wardrobe, but the little that I have, I'm trying to just put together outfits so that I look put together. So yeah, this is what I'm wearing. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, I haven't done clothes shopping in a long time, but hopefully I'll be making much more money that I'm able to go shopping, because I have a different taste when it comes to clothes and I really don't afford them, but hoping I start affording them soon. Talk to you later, guys. I need to inky. Let's get to town. I need to meet up with my mom shortly and yeah. Hey guys, I am finally back home. Got some salsa that I want to eat. It's still warm. I've already washed my hands and we're gonna eat it together. So before I start eating, I took back that money. My heart felt an ouch because on a normal day I wouldn't work for this, for mahala, but life has its own way of doing things. Thank you so much you guys for watching today's video. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. I just wanted to give you guys an update about on life and everything, but like, I guess I am back in the zone. I'll start posting. This thick paste, we call it sadza, and we're having it with, I'm having it with my vegetables that we call kovo and some pork.